Jarl, spare a kindness for a priest of 2 moons. Hadoras is at the end of his rope, dangling by the scruff.
Oh, what is wrong?
This one returns from warning the speaker of the Main of a dire prophecy, only to find his fellow priests speaking little sense and doing even less, raving and rambling about our moon bishop's visions and growing more demented by the moment.
Demented how?
She tells the priests to burn their moon sugar, so they do. She tells them to smear cheese upon the walls, so they do. She tells them to douse the temple fires with their tongues, so they do. I fear someone will die if this continues.
I will help you get to the bottom of this madness then.
Bright moons shine upon you, Walker. This one pursued his friend Zarga before you arrived. The fool chases a beast's young with a butterfly net, and woe unto him when their mother follows the commotion. Please, find Zarga before he is eaten.
Where'd your friend Zago go?
I last saw him run after the beasts into the wilderness to the west. I hoped he would not follow them into their den, but I would be a fool to believe that now.
When did your moon bishop have these visions?
Since she was very young. Her eyes have always been as bright as Joan and Jode. She has never led us astray. It's why she's moon bishop. But all this madness, something is not right.
Well, what was the prophecy you took to the speaker of the Main?
She foresaw the return of the dragons with a frightening clarity. I went to warn Lord Garesh Ri on this dire prophecy, so it might reach the Main's ears. But I arrived too late. The dragons had already come.
You said you said you're a priest of the 2 moons, so what is that?
2 moons at Tenmar is Hadaras's temple. A venerable house of Joan and Jode. A place of worship and wisdom. Reduced to a den of fools chasing our moon bishop's fevered dreams.
And will your priests just do anything she asks them?
They don't question her visions. No matter how absurd the task, they leap at it with zeal. When I asked why they would do such things, they look at me as if I am the one who is crazy.
It seems that they're under some sort of spell, yes?
A powerful and insidious spell to turn the whole temple on its head. But at least a spell may be broken. It's a small comfort to hope that their minds may not be truly lost.
Do you think it's a Daedra?
Be the first Daedra we've seen all expansion. Well, I think there's been one with no, not even. No, I've actually seen very little of Daedric princes inside this expansion. Worshippers, but not actual Daedra.
I wonder what it is.
Be interesting if a share Gorath, though.
Oh no, I can see it.
What?
This one has you now, pretty butterfly.
Oh no.
Oh god.
It is.
I am going to need a bigger net. Oh no! You smashed it! Such pretty colors leaking out.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. What to heck?
Ooh, you smashed that as flat as a flapjack. But who said you could play with my toys?
Oh god. No, no.
Why'd you have to be right?
No.
My new playmate. Glad to find someone with their wits still about them. Too many crazies around here. I mean, what self-respecting person goes around chasing butterflies with a net? Everybody knows you use a hammer.
Who are you now?
I'm a cat. I thought that bit was obvious. Unless I'm not a cat. Meow? Meow. Nope, cat. Maybe you're not as sharp as I thought. Attack that's seen one too many backsides, huh? Bad for you, worse for them.
Oh, worse for who now?
The priest, silly. You really are clueless, aren't you, plaything? How are you gonna win the game if you can't even find the pieces? Am I gonna have to dangle every answer in front of you like cheese-stuffed mice hanging by their entrails?
Ah, so you're behind the madness of this temple, are you?
Ah, that's more like it. Maybe there's hope for you after all. Now hurry your heroic hiney to my playground, or it's gonna be the blind leading the blind out there. Ha ha! Toodles!
Toodles.
I love him.
Skooma Cat, Skooma Cat. He needs a theme song.
Yes.
Oh no, stop this madness. Why can't you see reason?
Seeing is the problem, Adoras. That's why we need it.
Maybe we don't need it. This one's claws are sharp. Pop, pop, and we're all saved.
No, it must be the fork. It won't work otherwise.
What?
Adoras says we are on a fool's errand. If we were all so blind, we would need no forks at all.
Hmm?
If dragons can be blinded with forks in their eyes, perhaps if we sink them further, we can dig out the dragon's brains as well.
Okay.
Ah, Jarl, you are safe. I hope the same may be said about Sarga.
He was heading back to the temple last I saw.
Moons, I pray he does
This
not
one's,
get any other ideas. Haldoras has his hands full as it is. He found these ones searching for a fork to put out their eyes.
They want to blind themselves, hmm?
The Moon Bishop told them that if they blind themselves, they would remain hidden from the dragon's sight.
And they need a fork to do that, hmm?
Not just any fork. A two-tined iron fork smelling ever so slightly of roast beef. Please, help me keep them from finding this smelly thing.
Alright, what do you need me to do?
This one
one to do.
smells meat wafting on the wind. It is not an odor he would call beefy, but he thinks it may be the trail they were following. Haldoras will keep his eyes on these ones, so they may keep their eyes.
And why do they think this smelly fork would hide them from dragons, hmm?
Because they are insane. Only a sugar tooth would believe putting out their own eyes would blind the dragon. And even they would have the sense not to do it unless it got them more skooma. I count my blessings that not just any fork will do.
And what if this one cannot find the fork, hmm? Assuming it exists.
Then take every fork to be found and pitch them off a cliff. This one doesn't care so long as it keeps these fools from doing themselves harm.
This one also encountered an odd character when I rescued Zagig. This one thinks he's responsible for this.
You did? What did he... Wait, why didn't you stop him?
He's vanished into thin air before this one could do anything. This all seems to be a game to him.
Dark moons. What sort of childish sorcerer drives clergy to chase after wild beasts and put out their eyes? We must stop this sick puppeteer. But this one can't just leave these fools to their own devices. Find the fork, then we'll give chase.
Alright. Alright, this way. Find a smelly fork.
Yes.
Yes, and yeah, this is also the same fork from Oblivion. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh no.
When a Sharegrow has, what do you call it, artifacts.
Ah.
It was a tuning fork, but it's called something else.
Oops.
Patrick, thank you, man. Oh, here we go. Oh. Find a fork.
Oh my goodness.
And just somebody just came in there and just like took the fork and started stabbing at their eyes in the middle of your dinner.
Oh no. Sure, Gorath, why?
He's never meant to be. He's never meant to be funny. He's supposed to be chaotic, right?
I guess, but he's funny though.
From the outsider, yes. He's also like quite violent too. If you don't get in with a joke.
Yeah.
With squeeze the jelly from an eye, it's good on toast. Ugh.
If this one must talk in circles with lunatics much longer, he too will go mad. Did you find any offending forks at the campground?
Ah, yes, one. Take a look.
Khajiit gets all goose-pimply and the hackles just touching it. Adoras fears things are even worse than he imagined. This fork reeks of more than beef. It stinks of oblivion.
And what does that mean exactly, hmm?
There is no denying it now. Our temple is caught in the claws of the skooma cat. He must be responsible for our moon bishop's strange visions. But how he spread his madness to the priests, I cannot fathom it.
And who is the skooma cat, hmm?
Shegorath, or Sheogorath to some, the crook-tailed son of Anur and Fadomai, born before the moons and stars. He speaks from across the lunar lattice through the distilled moon sugar called skooma. But you said you saw him, in the flesh.
Yes, he is peeled as a small cat, a feek, in fact.
An Alfik? The skooma cat should not be able to cross the lunar lattice. If he walks among us, then Joan and Jode must truly be out of alignment. We must check on the temple.
Alright, let's go see.
Please, you go ahead to the temple. Find our moon
No keys
bishop.
up there.
Keep her from spreading any more of this madness. Hadoras will meet you there, once he leads these ones to safety without them straying toward any other foolishness.
Tell me about the moon bishop, hmm?
Saizensa. Bright is the moons, and just as beautiful. One look, and you could tell that John and Jode shone their light upon her, and the path forward would be lit by the reflection in her eyes. When she spoke, one would be wise to listen. Not so now.
And do you think I can reason with her?
If there is anyone within 2 moons at Tenmar who could see truth through this madness, it would be her. But her eyes are clouded by the skooma cat's visions. I fear there will be no reaching her while he toys with us.
And what's the story behind this skooma cat, hmm?
Before there were the moons, or the world, there were Anur and Fadomai. From their union, all the god cats came, including the one Khajiit known as Shegorath, the crook-tailed cat who shares his madness with Sugartooths through skooma.
And is that how he's been driving this priest insane? Do a bit of moon sugar, hmm?
Hadoras does not smell the sick sweetness of the drug upon them. Terrible as it is, the fleeting skooma dreams would be preferable to this all-consuming madness. On this side of the lattice, it seems Shegorath needs no sugar to share his lunacy.
Lattice.
The lunar lattice, formed by John and Jode's light, separates Nirni from the other god cats, and protects her children from the ones who would do us harm. Normally, Shegorath could only send his mad thoughts across through the perverted moon sugar.
And what are you going to do about the fork this one brought you, hmm?
This one isn't sure. The mere touch of it makes him want to spit fur, but he must keep it out of the hands of others. Perhaps he will bury it under the squatting sands where it belongs.
Alright, it is probably best that you hang on to it then.
It is the least that this one can do to keep his kin from teetering off the edge of insanity. Hadoras will be all right. No amount of lingering beef stink will lure this one into putting it into his mouth. Or anywhere else, for that matter.
Anywhere else? Nope. Oh, let's go talk to Skooma Cats.
My ears are burning hotter than Dagon's backside. Come on, give him a scratch, would you? I see you met Forky. Been talking about me again, hasn't it?
Yep.
Such a gossip, that one. But you can hear the ocean if you stick it in your ears. Give it a try.
Well, why are you doing this, huh?
Doing what? The purring. I don't know. Just happens at the darndest times. Smelling a bowl of cream, laying eyes on a plump ball of yarn, licking me... Oh, wait. I feel a grooming coming on.
Why are you trying to hunt the priests, hmm?
Who's trying? Oh, sure, you've kept a handful all boring and breathing. But we've been having a right riot in the temple. You ever hear cats always land on their feet? Turns out, it's true. Of course, their feet wind up by their ears, but why split pairs, eh?
Oh, come on, let's stop this, hmm?
Stop? Stop? We're just getting to the best part. I think they're really getting the hang of it. Last one got one good bounce in before he spit like a ripe tomato. Oh, I think the Moon Bishop's giving it a go. Don't want to miss that.
Oh.
Best hurry. You're gonna miss the show. Best hurry, or you missed the show.
The purring, it just happens.
I feel grooming coming on.
Yes, Cisenza, show us the way.
Oh no, what's happened to this one? Oh, she's way up there, isn't she?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Should we be talking to her? Like, shouldn't we be going up there to stop her?
Walker, you arrive at the perfect moment. You will witness our salvation.
Salvation? That does not look like salvation, yes?
Moon Bishop Cisenza said we must ascend with Canarti to escape the dragons. True cats will reach the sands behind the stars by stepping between the two moons. We have not found the path yet, but now our prophet will show us the way.
This one needs to stop this, yes?
Oh, have faith. Joan and Joan have shone like beacons for the Moon Bishop. She will lead us all to salvation, and you can join us.
At the show, that's actually a pretty good shot right there. Not good with the face cam, of course, but that's a pretty good shot right there.
There's a chest here.
You're stealing. Open it. I've already got mine for a couple times here. We go. Find a way, stop the Moon Bishop. All right. Tsushima T still so good, right? Yes.
It is so high. Canarthi, please lend this one your wings.
Oh, don't do it.
Cisenza should see where to step. Her vision showed it true. But she cannot see it now.
These are not your visions. Cat is playing tricks on you. Come on.
No, this one sees by the light of the two moons. These are not fevered sugar dreams. She saw the dragon spring from the mouth of the world and swallow the moon. She saw her temple turn to ash. She must act before it is too late.
Some of your visions are real, but now you're hurting your followers.
No, this Sizenza tried to save them. She sees so much that she is blinded. What is the truth? What are the lies? She can't tell what is real.
This one is real. Just come down from the ledge and this one will help you.
Yes, I need to sit down. Gather my thoughts.
Don't.
Oh, no you don't. Get your paws off my favorite painting. Oh, look at you, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Nothing beats a chicken without a noggin. Believe me, I've tried. You came awfully close to spoiling me fun, though. I like my fun.
What have you done to the Moon Bishop,
Why? So you can keep hogging all the toys? No, no, no. These are mine. I licked them. How much more marking do I have to do?
What would it take to get you to leave these people alone?
Alone? Who wants to be alone? Trapped in their own head until all the life and joy of the world leaks out and leaves an ugly grey corpse. They're better off in my company, sure. Suppose I could let them go, if you'd rather be my plaything instead.
And if this one agrees?
Then I whisk you home to where the real fun is. Oh, I haven't hosted company since half-past. You'll love what I've done with the place. It'll be like you never left. Have you there in 2 shakes of a grand bal fit. So, what do you say?
Fine, this one agrees.
Come on, plaything. The game's a face.
Skooma Cat's Cloister.
But it's mine, I licked it.
That's how you clean things, you just lick them. Is that how a Khajiit marriage goes along? You just lick each other?
I wonder.
Ooh, that's actually kind of nice.
Noted.
Cheese, cheese, cheese. This looks like most houses that have been decorated.
Yes.
Seducer Nightblade. I want this for my house now. Oh, a deer. I was just curious to see how a deer fought, but it turns into an etched bear. Okay.
It was a mimic.
Dead Phoenix Fox. Oh. Okay.
Oh, what?
They were dancing.
All I know is Smash.
Looks like their temple, doesn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're probably fighting the priests right now.
Oh no. Ha!
Why won't you guide me when I need you now more than ever? I must see. Sacred sugar, uncloud my eyes.
Oh, how the moons twinkle in those glassy eyes. You want to stare off into space and time? I'll show you the future, past and present!
I'm just chilling here.
Paint me
There
why
you
one of
go,
your French
trying
kitties.
to play with my toys again? Well, I've had enough sharing. Look at you, scurrying around, lost as can be. Ever get a feeling like you're a rat in a maze? It's 'cause you are!
Hey, what have you done with Sinsazi? Hmm?
We're just catching up on old times. Not that it's any of your business. You like butting in so much. Why don't you go bang heads with a chatter? Or a wall?
Old times? Has this happened before, hmm?
Of course it's happened before! Everything's happened before! Doesn't stop us from chasing our own tails till they're slithering down our throats! Oh, you mean with her? This is when I found my new toy.
But why make her relive that, hmm?
She's only had eyes for me since the first time we met. Until you started turning her head around right ways. Now I've got to get her looking back. So I'm presenting her past to keep her from repeating her present.
Yeah. Okay, so talk to Scuba Cat with cheese?
I think
You
so.
again. Toys that get in my way wind up back in the box. Is it time to pack you up?
Oh, look what this one has.
Cheese, cheese, cheese. Enjoy a few thousand wheels and suddenly it's all people get you when Sunsnod comes around. Do I look like a rat to you? Am I a rat? Meow. No, still a cat. Off with you then. I've important catting to do.
This one will be back then. You're going with the butterfly this time, hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, look.
You again. Toys that get in my way wind
Look
up
what
back
this
in
one's
the
got.
box. Chasing butterflies now, plaything. Ah, to be young again. I must have spent my first 3,000 or 4,000 years terrorizing those colourful little cooties. Alas, I'm a grown man, cat, god, with grown mad cat god tastes to get back to. Now get!
Oh, this one will be back. Milk toast and cream? Okay.
Sounds delicious.
Wait your turn, plaything. There'll be plenty of time for me to chase you around this little maze after I've finished me snack. All these games work up an appetite.
Ah, look what this one has.
Is that cream? Oh, I could go for some fatty bovine discharge right now. Why'd you go and bring it to me in a cup? Cats don't have thumbs. Well, most cats. Why don't I have thumbs? Hold on to that while I grow thumbs. This may take a bit.
Ah, this one will figure something out then.
Cream. Oh, I haven't had cream since I made Otar cry over it.
And he's a happy catty now.
Yes.
No! Come back! Senza could almost see it. We burn our hair and lay scorched before the dragons. But what then? What then?
Senza, it's not real. This isn't your temple.
But the dragons came. Sisenza saw it. They will burn her temple, burn us all, if she doesn't see the path.
It's the Skooma Cat, remember? He made you see some false visions, yes?
It feels familiar, like this one has done this before. Is this the future vision, or the vision future? She cannot tell anymore. Help this one, please. Show her. Show.
Senza?
Hey! I just messed that up! Can't leave a good mess unattended for 1 minute before some hero comes to clean it up! Go tidy your own drawers!
Happy sassy cat.
Yes.
Cat god thingy.
All the above.
Violent deer. Down around this way now?
No?
They're worshipping. Oh no, another distraction.
I have seen it. I have seen the way forward. John and Jode have shown me how we may protect our temple.
Bless your eyes, Moon Bishop. What must we do?
We must create an anchor beneath 2 moons to hold our temple between 2 moons.
Apologies, Moon Bishop. This one does not see.
They'll see clear enough once the anchor's built.
The anchor will let you all see as I do. All will become clear soon.
Think you're the cream of the croup, eh? Well, you won't be filling my head with daydreams of sweet cow squeezings this time. I lapped up every last drop. Now what are you gonna do with all that dry toast, eh?
Alright, did you try one of these first?
Not yet. I'm thinking about the yarn.
I'm gonna try the cheese. Just because it's cheese in this Jaguar, he's gonna get pissed off, probably.
Think you're the cream of the croup, eh?
It's cheese.
Cheese on toast? That's just crazy talk. Next you'll be trying to make toast with the cheese already on it.
It was the
Your
yarn.
cheese and toast madness. Loony.
This one finds something you'd like. Festive severed head. Severed head.
Think you're the cream of the croup, eh? Well, you won't be filling my head with daydreams of
I have a
sweet
head.
cow squeezing. Hey, careful with that! What poor fool could entertain their court if they lost their head? Between you and me, a wise fool keeps a few spares. You can borrow that one if it'll get you out of my fur. I'm not using it right now.
This could be something you have to be interested in, which is going to be a literally long yawn.
Think you're the cream of the croup, eh?
What I found.
Yarn. So soft and bouncy. Just makes me want to bat it around like a newborn babe. No! You're trying to distract me again. Well, I'm not having it.
Are you sure you don't want to play with the yarn? Hmm?
No! Wait, yes! Keep dangling those luxurious ropey threads in my face and you'll find my claws in yours! Off with ya!
Yes, it is Shagarath. Toss it out the door. Oh god.
Yarn! Look at it come apart, sure.
Go, little Leffy, go.
Sisenza has seen you at her temple, faithful. She hopes you will help her with this anchor and save it from the dragons.
So you're going to make an anchor now, hmm?
Yes, to buoy our temple through this storm. Joan and Jode have shown it to me, and through it, their light will guide us all to salvation.
How is it supposed to do that, hmm?
It will hold open a tiny gap in the lunar lattice, so our temple might slip between the moon's shadows. Nestled between Joan and Jode, we will surely be safe from the dragons.
And where are you supposed to place this anchor, hmm? Where is that stand?
We will tuck it away beneath our temple to hold us firm through these troubled times. Come, I will show you, and we can begin. Ah!
Are you alright? Hmm?
Quit your rambling! I was batting her thoughts into a glorious tango before you came along. Now I'm gonna have to start again.
How far? We've done the main story, so you don't have any spoilers anymore for main story stuff. We're doing side quest stuff. So many wheels and cheese.
I know, right? I just want to take them.
And throw them down the stairs. Yay, level.
Hey.
Mad Anchorite.
Oh.
That's enough cat and mouse for one day, plaything.
Yo, Gorath, I would never have guessed.
It was me the whole time! Are you surprised? I was surprised.
This one already know you're the Sumakats, and this one thought you were going to let successor go if you this one took their place.
All right, yeah, so I did. But then I thought it'd be more fun to just keep you both. I was half right. You're a little too good as a plaything. It's not fair if you're always winning.
It's not fair if you're always cheating.
That's the best part of playing games with lunatics. They're always changing the rules. You'd get it if you just let me whack you on the noggin a few hundred times. No? Well, game's over. Off with you now.
Oh, don't be a sore loser. Come on.
Look at you, making demands. In my games. In my realm. All right. One last impossible challenge for you then. How's that for sporting? Say my name 3 times backwards. Ah! Knew I should have gone with frontwards. They never expect that. Anyone who turned their back to a Daedric prince is a wedge short of a wheel. Go on and take that one. You earned it.
Yay! What'd you choose?
I just said say my name 3 times back.
Farewell.
I turned my
chiefs
back.
of my dreams. Out you go, before Haskill sees the mess you've made. Neither of us wants to hear that.
Escape this nightmare! Quickly!
What a pissed off Haskell would be.
Yeah.
Especially when he sees all the cat droppings with no litter box.
Oh no. Not in Sharagorath, he would have like the giant litter box.
That's what the Alkir Desert is.
Touche.
Hadoras, what have I done?
It was not you, Saizensa. It was the skooma cat that brought these misfortunes.
You feel better now?
Walker, this one remembers you from her dreams. Your face, your voice. 2 moons guiding her through the fog. Saizensa cannot repay you enough for this.
Sharagra's hold on the temple should be gone now, yes?
Saizensa is to blame. The skooma cat would have never caused this chaos, if not for her weakness. She led her clouder astray, and too many of her disciples had to pay the price.
What do you mean?
As Moon Bishop, It was Saizenza's duty to protect her temple. But when the time came, she could do nothing without Joan and Jode to show her the way. When the visions did not come, she tried to bring them with the sacred sugar. She is no leader.
So will you remain as a moon bishop?
It is not for her to decide. If Khajiit lost their faith in her, she would not be surprised. This one will beg forgiveness for her failings and accept the will of her Clouder. She was too reliant on her gifts, and a leader must be more than a prophet.
Complete the quest. And look, we got the little turban to go with it too.
For the moment, it is all this one can do to try and restore peace and order to her temple. Then will come the true test. She knows the dragons will come to 2 moons, and her Clouder must be prepared.
And what did you see in your real vision?
Dragons. So many of them. Erupting from the mouth of the world. The skies becoming choked with flame, and cinders raining down on our sands as one of the great creatures devours the moons.
Yep.
Much in my visions is symbolic, but this was so vivid.
And what was this shaken sugar you'd mentioned?
Moon sugar, refined into a potent liquid, skooma. It is a dangerous thing, abused by sugar-tooths who cannot resist its spell. But it is also a gift of the moons. There are ceremonies where the sacred sugar is used. I thought they could help me.
How could a dangerous drug help you?
Those who drink and smoke the sacred sugar experience things. During our ceremonies, these things are seen as a premonition or message from the twin moons. But it was the skooma cat that came to me instead. I should have been wise enough to see.
So why did Sheogorath become the skooma cat?
He has always been the skooma cat. Since Fadumai gave him life and purpose, you may call him Sheogorath, and we Shegorath, but the truth is, he is both. He and his litter mates are cats whose coats are what they want us to see.
Have you ever seen anything else that may have been true prophecy?
This one only barely recalls things she saw in the haze, but the image of a man with 2 heads climbing the stars to hold the moons in darkness sticks with her. It is fit for the dreams of the skooma cat, but Saizenza fears there is some truth to it.
An image of a man with 2 heads climbing the stars to hold the moons in darkness. That's a strange one. What? Rada.
Rada could not find the fork, but he did not need it after all. He looked into the sun and found the darkness. Now they will not find him.
You stared into the sun. I got it. Amara?
Why is it Hadira speaks for the Moon Bishop? He did not listen when she said we must blind ourselves. Was it a test? Was Tahari blind to begin with?
Oh, jeez.
Sharp Claw, Hadoras is glad to see you kept your wits about you. This one thought he too would lose his mind while keeping the priests from getting into trouble. It was like trying to herd mice.
Oh, well, was anyone else harmed?
After you scared 8 lives from Hadoras jumping through that portal, he convinced his fellow priests to keep within the temple grounds and do nothing too crazy.
And how'd you manage that,
With a rousing game of Saizenza says. She was not here to contradict Hadoras's white lies, so his foolish fellows were eager to do his bidding. Khajiit did nothing untoward with this newfound authority.
Oh, so what will happen now that the sanity is restored,
We must tend to those who are harmed by the skooma cat's mischief and offer prayers to the moons for those who were tricked out of their lives. I fear, though, that our troubles have just begun.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Saizenza's prophecy about the dragons was no deception of the skooma cat, and her prediction that they will swallow Joan and Jode weighs upon this temple and all our realm. We look to our moon bishop for answers, but none are to be found.
Would the priest continue to follow her? Would the priest continue to follow her after this?
Khajiit have always followed her without question, but now knowing that her vision may become as clouded as the dark moons, that faith is shaken. Hadaras thinks we must see for ourselves from now on, and not put the burden entirely on our moon bishop.
Oh, that's a lot of dead Khajiit.
Did our moon bishop find the path? Rilasu saw her vanish, but Cisenza did not show her the path. Why did she leave us behind? Rilasu would have followed.
Oh, poor girl.
This one should have jumped. Why didn't she? She was
Zarga caught them all. He ran and ran and ran, but they could not escape him. Now he can sleep. He will not mistake the beatings of their wings for dragons.
Oh, everyone here is messed up.